morning, it's 9:10. We appreciate you watching Minnesota Live. As technology continues to develop, scammers are getting smarter, which means you'll have to get smarter as well. Artificial intelligence scams can now be even harder to detect.
Yeah, joining us this morning with the scams that they're seeing and what they want you to look out for is the president and CEO of the Better Business Bureau, serving Minnesota and North Dakota. We have Kari Niedfeldt-Thomas with us this morning. Hi, Kari.
Hello, thank you for having us.
Yeah, pleasure to have you here. Welcome to Minnesota Live. Let's talk a little bit about these scams. What are you guys seeing right now? Because I feel like we always hear a lot about them, and they kind of shift on like how they work. And this is like new territory that I think when you say artificial intelligence really makes people nervous.
It should, because artificial intelligence scams are meant to move more quickly. They can move at scale. They can personalize the messages to you personally and your family. And they are, in essence, think of regular scams at scale. They can move and have a lot of information that's pushed out very quickly.
So the top of the list here, this voice cloning, I have been hearing a lot more about lately. Explain how that works for people.
So an AI voice cloning scam is where they would take your voice or someone in your family, and they could send you a message, for example, and say, we have your son. He's been arrested. We need you to send us $10,000 to be able to get him out. They could clone your son's voice and make it sound like he's actually calling. So I don't know if you have a son actually at the age to be arrested, but that point
I do.
of it is, okay, there we go. But the point is that it can personalize very quickly in a way and be very directed to you specifically. And they can do this with technology to many people at the same time. Same type of a message, just swap out voices and be able to do that. It's dangerous, and people should rightly be scared. The key is to be able to verify.
So how do you do that? How are you able to verify? I mean, we've talked a little bit about this. Like, do you have a safe word that only your family knows that you use in an instance of your son being arrested or something to that effect? How do you know? Because it's so good and looks so authentic.
Yes, absolutely. We recommend that you have a safe word for your family. So in those kinds of instances, it could be text messages or emails that are sent. It could be some sort of voice cloning. There are also, if you're looking at verification, there are a number of celebrity deepfake videos that are out there to be able to promise you this particular drug loss or this face cream. And what will happen is you won't end up receiving any product, but you can go to those celebrities' websites. You can make sure to see whether or not that's actually happening. We know that these deep fake celebrity videos in Minnesota and North Dakota alone, the reporting that's come into us is that it's been around $700 when there is a loss. We know that there are a number of losses connected to fake toys. It could be a robotic dog, or it could be a bunny. I think you all did a story on a panda. And all of that can lead to you maybe receiving a junky toy, but it doesn't mean that these toys are actually animated in the way that is alluring you through the videos that they're sharing.
So the whole celebrity thing, I have heard a ton about that. And the scammers so they reach out on Facebook, like the Facebook page, and Liam Neeson reaches out and it's like, hey, hello. And they make that look so close to being a verified actual profile picture. Like, it is hard for people to be able to distinguish the difference.
Right. Well, the odds are Liam Neeson is not going to be reaching out directly to any of us. And even if he had a company that's asking us to buy those products, you can go to look up that company at their website. You can go to verify, is there actually a company that's selling this? Is this a true advertisement? Usually what happens in the celebrity videos, they actually don't use the name of the company that's selling the product. They're just talking generally about a specific opportunity. So it is, for you as a consumer, always pause in what you're doing. Always verify independently. Don't just go with what they're saying to you. And then after you do that verification, you can look at what they're asking for. Are they asking you to create some sort of new profile so they have access to your personal information? Are they asking you to send them any kind of a gift card, cryptocurrency? Usually there is some exchange of data or some exchange of money, or in some instances, it could be both. That is what you have to look out for, and not just jump into those purchasing decisions or feeling the urgency they want to convey to you that you need to act now.
I think what makes people feel so violated too is that like it's not just people at home may say, I don't have social media, I don't have to worry about this, but they're also targeting you on the phone and text messages too. And so it's like everywhere you're going, in the mail, in the phone, on your computer, you're kind of being inundated with this.
Right, absolutely. I probably daily receive 3 text messages asking me to work with this new recruitment agency or to be able to contact this bank because there's been fraudulent activity on my account. You have to be able to go in, look at what that email account is, or look at who's texting you, call your bank, call any verifiable organization. Usually they will tell you, you're right, this isn't happening. It also happens with romance scams, that there are videos that are put out of someone wanting to be in a relationship with someone, and then they end up finding out that there's really nothing behind it other than just a deep fake video of someone that is using AI to be able to look really personal. So don't trust all of these things coming at you. Be a responsible consumer and go out there and verify it for yourself.
What can the Better Business Bureau do to be able to help people?
We do a lot to help consumers. So we have the ability to have consumers contact us. We can verify if it is indeed an authentic business. We have a community of businesses that have said they're willing to align to these particular business standards and practices. So if it's an accredited business, we can tell you that they are not a scam, but we also are able to track calls that come in through our scam tracker. That scam tracker allows us to be able to tell you on average how much money is being lost. We're able to annually save over $500,000 for consumers by making sure that consumers go and spend their money with a good business, not a scam. But through all of that, we encourage consumers to log these scams that they're seeing into our scam tracker. That allows us to aggregate all that data to be able to see it, and then we can share that with law enforcement when we're seeing patterns. So please have consumers reach out to us. We'll make sure that you all have the ability to post that on your website to encourage consumers to keep telling us where they're seeing problems.
All right, sounds great. Kari, thank you so much. Such valuable information. And I feel for people that have, fallen victim to a scam, don't worry about it. They're getting really good. Just nip it in the bud and kind of move on. Don't beat yourself up about it.
Exactly.
Don't give any money to anybody, I think.
Can happen to anybody. Kari, thank you. If you would like to learn more about the Better Business Bureau and protecting yourself from AI scams, what other steps you can take, just head to minnesotalive.com. We'll be sure to post a link there for you.